To produce a truly restaurant-quality side dish right at home, you need to carefully manage a specific set of variables. When you follow these techniques, you can achieve a high-flavor, nutrient-dense result in under 10 minutes. First, a large skillet or wok, a sharp chef's knife, a cutting board, and a pair of tongs. The ingredients include 1 head of broccoli, 8 ounces of cremini mushrooms, and 3 cloves of garlic. For the liquids, you need sesame oil, though olive oil is a fine substitute, and soy sauce, which can be swapped for tamari if you are avoiding gluten. Having these tools and ingredients ready before you start is the only way to move fast enough to keep the vegetables from becoming soggy or overcooked. Preparation starts with the knife. Slice the mushrooms evenly and cut the broccoli into small, uniform florets. In its raw state, broccoli is high in vitamins C and K, as well as dietary fiber. This chart shows how cooking methods impact nutrients. Boiling water causes a rapid decline in vitamin retention, while a quick wok sear keeps levels stable. Uniform florets ensure heat reaches every piece quickly, keeping them inside this optimal nutrient zone. Precise knife work ensures every piece of broccoli cooks at the same speed, preventing the smaller pieces from overcooking while the larger ones stay raw. Heat 1 tablespoon of oil in your pan over medium-high heat. Add the sliced mushrooms in a single, uncrowded layer. As the mushrooms hit the hot oil, they begin to sizzle. At this point, it is vital that you do not stir or move them. Mushrooms are porous, meaning they behave like sponges. They initially absorb the oil and then release their internal water as they heat up. If you move them too early, you trap that moisture. The mushrooms will steam in their own liquid, resulting in a rubbery, gray texture. After 2 minutes of staying still, the underside of the mushrooms will develop a golden brown crust. This is the visual cue that they are ready. Waiting for this sear ensures the mushrooms hold their shape and develop a rich flavor, providing the foundation for the rest of the dish. Once the mushrooms are seared, add the broccoli florets to the pan immediately. Now the technique changes. You must keep the ingredients moving. Stir-fry aggressively for 3 to 4 minutes without stopping. Watch the broccoli's color. It shifts from dull, chalky green to a vibrant, saturated bright green. This change tells you exactly when to stop. This specific shade indicates the broccoli has reached the tender crisp stage, where it is cooked through but still has a firm snap. Recognizing this color shift is the only way to stop the heat before the vegetables lose their structure and become mushy. Move the vegetables to the sides of the pan, clearing a small space in the center. Add the minced garlic to the center. The heat will immediately release its aromatics. Stir it quickly so it softens without sticking. You only have 30 seconds. If the garlic stays on the heat longer than that, it will burn and become bitter. To prevent burning, pour in the soy sauce and rice vinegar immediately. This liquid drops the pan's temperature and stops the garlic from browning further. This 30-second window of heat, followed by the liquid shock, coats the ingredients and finishes the dish before the flavors fade. Remove the pan from the heat. If you like, you can now stir in sesame seeds and red pepper flakes for extra texture. This sequence adds up to a 6.5-minute cooking time. 2 minutes for the mushrooms, 4 for the broccoli, and 30 seconds for the aromatics. Consistently achieving this result is a matter of following visual cues and keeping to the timeline. By managing the variables of heat and time, you ensure that these ingredients reach the plate with their texture and flavor intact.
Okay, let's be real. In a world of complicated meals and never enough time, sometimes you just need a win. Well, this recipe? It's that win. This isn't just about making dinner. It's about creating a little weeknight blockbuster, starring some pretty humble vegetables and a whole lot of flavor. So, let's get this show on the road.
We're all looking for that perfect meal, right? Something that delivers big on taste, but doesn't take up your entire evening. This is exactly that. It's the answer for when you're craving something super satisfying, but, the clock is ticking.
Every great story needs an unforgettable cast. And our dish is no different. So let's meet the key players, the heroes who are about to come together to make something truly awesome.
All right, first up in our leading roles, we've got the foundation. We're talking 1 whole head of broccoli, bringing all that vibrant green color and that perfect, tender, crisp texture. And its co-star, 8 ounces of these amazing, earthy, savory cremini mushrooms. I mean, they're the perfect duo, really setting the stage for what's to come.
But what's a hero without a powerful sidekick, right? So, let's bring in the real scene stealer, 3 cloves of minced garlic. And let me tell you, this is not a subtle character. This is the aromatic powerhouse that just bursts onto the scene and makes the entire dish absolutely unforgettable.
And of course, to bring our whole cast together, we need the perfect script. And that's our sauce. The soy sauce brings that deep, umami-rich plot, while the rice vinegar, it adds this bright, zesty little twist that just keeps the whole story exciting.
So here it is, your official cheat sheet, the full cast list. You've got our main characters, the broccoli and mushrooms. Then you've got the supporting role of sesame oil. And, for those who like a little extra drama, some guest stars like sesame seeds and red pepper flakes. This is your roadmap to a delicious success.
Okay, our cast is all assembled. It's time to head to the set. It is time for action in the skillet. This is where all the magic is going to happen.
All right, scene 1 begins. The sesame oil heats up in the pan, setting the stage. The mushrooms go in first. And here's a little pro tip. Let them cook without moving them around too much for a few minutes. That's how they get that beautiful browning and that deep, savory flavor. Then, the broccoli joins the party, stir-frying until it's that brilliant, vibrant green. You can already see the plot thickening.
So, the textures are getting perfect. The colors are just popping off the screen. But the most dramatic moment? It's still to come. The one ingredient that's going to define this whole experience is just seconds away. You ready for this?
Now, I want you to pay close attention to this. This single line of direction is so important. 30 seconds. That's it. That is the magic window to release that incredible garlic aroma without getting any of the bitterness from burning it. Seriously, this isn't just about a timer. It's about using your nose to know the exact moment the flavor is at its absolute peak.
And here it is, the climax. The garlic makes its grand entrance. Then whoosh, in comes the soy sauce and rice vinegar. They hit that hot pan, sizzle, and coat every single piece in this incredible, dynamic glaze. It's a fast-paced, high-energy finale, and it happens in seconds.
And cut. That's a wrap on the skillet action. Our little culinary story has reached its absolutely stunning conclusion. Now all that's left is the premiere, the plating and presentation. But before the credits roll, we have one last thing, the final flourish. Think of this like adding special effects in post-production. A little sprinkle of sesame seeds for that nutty texture, maybe a dash of red pepper flakes for some heat. Totally optional, of course, but man, did they make the final scene spectacular. And here is the final and maybe most crucial piece of direction. This masterpiece is meant to be enjoyed right away, the second it's done. You want that perfect, tender, crisp broccoli and the full impact of that garlicky, savory sauce. The premiere is happening right now, in your kitchen.
And that just goes to show you how a handful of simple ingredients can create a real showstopper in just minutes. You've basically just directed your first culinary hit. So, really, the only question left is, what's your next adventure going to be?